So lately, every day I have been getting the same questions. Can you customize my controller? Can you customize my console? Well, let's talk about that. So, can I do this for you? Is this something that I am willing to do for you? You send me your console, you send me your controller, I paint on it, and I send it back to you. I have done this for people in the past, and in some of my comments and stuff that you've seen on other videos, if you happen to go through that, you're going to see that I'm really not a big fan of doing that. And the reason why is because, well, for one thing, a lot of people don't end up appreciating, like, they'll be like, I don't like this or something, okay? So people don't appreciate your work. But the main thing is that people just don't want to pay anything. Now, I will do it for you. I'm not going to say that I'm never going to do this. I will do it. But you have to understand that it is expensive. And in the long run, it is a better option for you to just do it yourself. What happens is there are people out there who are afraid of doing it themselves, and they don't want to break it and not have somebody to blame. Now, I'm not saying that they're specifically looking for someone to blame, but they are looking for a way to have it replaced. See, if somebody does it by themselves and they break it, then there's no replacement for that. But if I break it, which I won't, but if I break it, then I have to buy you a new one, right? So that's one thing that detours people away from doing it themselves. They know that if they break it, they don't have anybody to blame. And I don't mean, like, it's not necessarily that they want someone to blame. It's just that they don't want to have to go through that problem, and I don't blame you. So what exactly would it cost for something like this? Well, a guy contacted me the other day, and he asked me, would you do a PlayStation and a controller in the theme of Thundercats? Yes, and I quoted him at $300. Holy crap! $300, dude? I could buy a whole new console for $300. Yes, you could. Yes, you could. But there are things that you are not considering that are expensive. First of all, the materials that you buy can cost anywhere from $60 to $70 altogether, even more than that. I've spent more than $100 on some console mods that I've done. The Zelda Wii is one in particular. That Sword and Shield by itself cost about $100. What exactly is involved when I'm buying material? So I have to buy paint, I have to buy primer, and I have to buy clear coat. Now when it comes to paint, I like to do multiple colors, like you have your solid base coat and then some other color to set it off. It doesn't always have to be that way. Regardless, you're going to end up spending about $30 to $40 or $50 on paint sometimes, because I have to buy quality paint. I'm not going to buy cheap $1 spray paint that's quick dry. It's going to look like crap, okay? I will pay the extra money for good quality Rust-Oleum paint, excellent quality Duplicolor paint, excellent quality Krylon paint. I didn't mean to skip Rust-Oleum as excellent quality. It has excellent quality paint. I have to buy sandpaper on almost every project that I buy, or that I do. So again, there's another expense. Plus, if you have your controller sent to me, then that price includes, like, if it's on the PlayStation 4, you get yourself a new decal that goes over the light bar, or a customized one. You get brand new buttons. Maybe if I do the Mod Podge, those kinds of things, you're paying for my time as well. Now what happens is, well, what if I don't want this, or what if I don't want that, or what if I don't want this? Well, that's just that's not how I roll, guys. I'm sorry, but if you limit me on what I can do for you, I cannot guarantee you the most awesome product. I just can't. If you're like, I don't want this, I don't want this, I don't want this, that limits me severely. It handicaps me severely. So what I prefer is someone to give me a theme or a color scheme and just let me freestyle. Okay? The Fallout 4 Xbox was me freestyling. I looked at a couple of mods and got some ideas, and then just did what I knew I could do. And I prefer to do it that way because you don't know what the tools are that I have. I don't have a 3D printer, for example. So in this PlayStation 4, this Thundercats PlayStation 4 that this guy wants me to do, I would buy a 3D printed Thundercats logo. It's about 4.5 inches by 4.5 inches all the way around. And it's thick, so not like incredibly thick, but it would be elevated. It would be textured, if you will. And that's going to cost at least $28 plus shipping. Again, that is something you didn't think about, right? You didn't consider that I'm paying for shipping on these materials to come to me. Well, I can't pay for that. Like, you've got to pay for that in the long run. You are the one that is providing me with the money to get the materials, okay? And then it's up to me to spend that money wisely and get you the best quality products that I can use on these projects. You understand? Do you follow? I hope I'm explaining this well enough to where you can, like, some light can be shed, because I do get asked these questions every day, and I really would love to do it. It's just I cannot justify doing it unless I'm getting paid for my time, which is where some of that money goes. But I'm shipping this back to you, right? That is included in the price, and that today I just went and shipped an Xbox One, and it cost me $46 just to ship it to New York, and I live in Indiana. So it's also quality shipping. I use UPS. I will not use USPS. The reason why is because they don't care about your project. They don't care about your package. They don't care about you. When I was doing console repairs on eBay, I shipped off a large shipment of Xboxes. And apparently, people at the USPS facility thought it would be awesome to run over those with, like, a forklift or something, and destroyed, like, a few Xbox 360s. They got back to the owners. Now, of course, I paid for insurance, insurance was paid for. I didn't personally pay for it, but the customers did. It was insured. They could have made a claim against the post office and got a brand new Xbox, but instead they chose to blame me for it and then give me negative feedback. And that's not fair, because I have no control over it once it goes into the postal world. I have nothing to do. There's nothing. It's out of my control. So I prefer to use UPS. They're a union who actually does their job. They care about what they're delivering. If it's fragile, they're not going to purposefully slam it up against the wall. They just don't do that. So you're getting quality craftsmanship from me. You created with quality products, quality paint, quality props, whatever it is that I find that I can use on this. And you're getting quality shipping back to you. Overall, it should be a 100% quality experience. And so that is why it would cost $300 for a PlayStation 4 and a controller in the theme of Thundercats. It really doesn't matter what theme it is. The expense can go up and down too, depending on what the props are, because no two props are going to cost the same unless they're identical props. If I'm doing another Thundercats, and they want it exactly like that one, then obviously the price would be the same. But what I'm getting at here, guys, is it's expensive, and you are honestly better off just doing it by yourself. See, I love making the do-it-yourself videos, and I love getting the pictures back from people who have worked on these customization projects, and it's extremely rewarding to me that I taught you something. There are people who comment saying things like, because of this guy, I was able to sell a controller for 50 pounds or, whatever. I love the fact that I'm teaching you skills that you're turning around and making money with. Okay? And I genuinely mean that. I enjoy it more than I enjoy telling somebody it's going to cost you $300 to have this done. I know that every time I say that, people will be genuinely interested in having it done until I tell them how much it's going to cost. And I mentioned that in the PlayStation 4 console and controller Q&A video. So it's still on my mind, and it's just something that I prefer to not do. I will do it, and I don't mind doing it because then I can make a video and show people how I went about it. And I try to put a different technique in every video I do. How much would it cost for me to do an Xbox One and a controller? I don't know right off the top of my head, but it would be expensive. You can count on that part, okay? It will be more than $100. It'll probably be closer to $300. And so unless you're prepared to pay that kind of money for something like this, do it yourself. That's what these videos are here for. Don't be scared. I've given you the tools. I've gone through all the resource hunting. I've gone through all the crap of breaking stuff and whatnot to know what not to do and to show you exactly what it is you're supposed to do in these videos that I put together. Have a little faith in yourself, and if it's something that you honestly really believe that you cannot do, hit me up and we'll talk prices. Again, be aware, it's going to be expensive. Anyway, guys, I really do appreciate your time. Thank you for listening to me talk about this, and thank you all for asking me those questions. I know that this video isn't going to stop that, and I personally don't want it to stop. I enjoy talking with you every single day. So, thank you all so much again for watching this video, and I will see you in the next video.